Well, hello and welcome back to New Woodshire, where we are bringing in our oats on the second of our two fields. If you've been following along this series, then you're probably just as excited as I am to see this coming together. Um, I think for the sake of time, we will probably not take our oats to sell tonight, or yeah, this evening, this in-game evening. As you can see, it's just about 5:30, probably the time that most of us would want to be heading heading back to grab a bite to eat for dinner. But here on farm, as some of you know, I'm sure, who are real life farmers, 5:30 is probably more accurately time to be down at the milk house. Uh, if we're not getting them ready to milk, we would be, or if we're not actually milking yet, we'd be getting ready to milk. That's life on the old dairy farm. But here in the virtual world, the milk sort of magically appears, so we don't need to be doing that here this evening. And I'm just looking out across these fields. It's pretty surreal to see them all in a state of we're harvesting and they're all clearly looks like cultivated and ready to be planted. So we're a little bit off step from the rest of New Woodshire here today, but that's all right. We're going to go ahead and do this headland, and then I believe I might go ahead and start baling the straw while I let the worker harvest this up. I enjoy the harvesting. It's probably my favorite part of the game. Oh, let's see if we can get a good shot here. Although that's going to let everybody see my weeds, my bad job caring for things. Anyways, um, I enjoy the harvesting, but this is something that we can hire a worker to do. But the baling, I don't believe we'll be able to, and we're going to use the small square baler for that job. So there's a part of me that's thinking it might be smart to run the rake and put the double up the windrows so that the baling goes a little bit smoother. But then there's another part of me that's like, well, it's like I'm either going to spend the time riding around on the rake or I'm going to spend the time riding around with the baler, but it's not really going to save time, if that makes sense. So I think before we get this worker going, I think I'm going to go ahead and empty out what oats we have here. I think this is going to be, I can't remember if it was close to full or not, but I'm hoping for maybe, what do you think, like 25,000 liters total for two fields, these two little fields? That might be a little steep. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to put the auger out here and tab over to this guy. Got the 806 here with, yeah, so right now we're sitting at 11.6. And so what's this going to put another 3 in, or 2,500 in? So we'll take this and put it in the grain silo, and we'll bring the tractor back over. And then we'll start on the baling. I might switch and bale with this tractor. Should I bale with this tractor or should I bale with the 3588 or 30, you know what I mean? The other tractor, the other bigger tractor. What is the thing that gets me here every time? It seems that I need to be over a little more. What am I hitting? Crazy talk. That's just crazy talk. All right, we'll dump that. So that's 14,000 right there. Is there another 10 in that field? I think if there's 11 more in that field, then that'll be our 25,000 liters. And if we take a gander here at the price, just to ballpark it for us. So, yeah, 1100 at the ranch. I like to see that. Wow, that's taking longer than I anticipated for that to drain out. I love this. I love this grain wagon. I got this. It's actually not available right now, but I got it from a modder named John Blard, who it has a Facebook group. He's an IRL farmer, so in the summertime he's busy, and he actually shut his page down for a little bit. But I'm hoping when he comes back in the fall that this is one of the mods that he puts back up for people. But there are a number of gravity wagons for people who want to use these. What do you think I'm going to bale with this tractor? Uh, is this, yeah, 766 is over there, so I'm just going to drop this here. I bet by tomorrow we'll be able to take some milk. It's got to be getting close. I'm actually just going to leave this here and tab over. Excuse me. I was watching a YouTuber earlier today, and the person was like, had to clear their throat like a dozen times. And I thought, wow, I know I occasionally clear my throat, but I feel like if I was that bad, I would probably stop recording and be like, I'm dying. I need to go handle myself, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but it just seems like something I don't want to be a part of my channel. Hi, here's me dying of a coughing fit live on YouTube. So, anyways, back to the grind here. Let's get this. I don't want to say let's get this money. Let's get this grain. Let's get this grain. Something like that. I also think I might have some big round bales still in the barn there. Oh, that was really great. Way to not be straight at all. Okay. Alright. Well, I could have made that a little more challenging for myself. Okay. So, we don't want to... Yeah, we're going to cut in the neighbor's field here for just a second. If you've been watching this, you've heard me say this, but I actually, when I started this save, before I started doing it on YouTube, I actually ran that field a few times. That's where I grew my sugar beets. A couple different crops I put through there. I think at least one soybean. So I ended up selling that field to buy these two little ones over here. Seemed like a good idea at the time. You can tell me whether it was. Okay, is this... Okay, there we go. And then I'm actually going to turn the help window on, sorry, because what I need to do is get on the trailer and make sure that the auto loader is on. Because what it's going to do here, if I did this right, and of course I didn't, we need to get... There we go. Alright, so if you haven't seen this baler yet, I would say most people who are fans of the smaller farms have probably seen it, but Those two are looks like hay bales from the last time I was baling, but now the rest of these will be straw bales. They're filling up to a 600 capacity, and this is gonna make a lot of bales from these two fields. Helper B is blocked by the grain wagon, you dummy. But we can come out in this field. Okay, sorry. This is a bummer because now I need to get this going again. Alright, here. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Thought that was going to be more difficult. But we're going to keep all these straw bales. That help window is it is incredibly helpful, but it irritates me a little bit too. Having it open takes up a lot of space when you have a slightly more sophisticated setup like this. Let's see, can we get a good shot here? Sorry, I know that all the pictures probably, all this stopping to screenshot probably is a little bit annoying for the viewing experience, but you know, got to get on that gram. If you guys are on Instagram and Twitter, definitely follow me because I share screenshots. Sometimes they're from recordings, sometimes not. You can also see some of the other games that I play that I don't always turn into content for the channel. If gaming is a much broader interest for you as it is for a lot of us. Anyways, yeah, sort of web content is something that has interested me for a long time, even before I decided to make a channel, just in thinking about like what works, what people like to watch. And one of the things that people have always said is, you know, do what you like because other people, you know, potentially will like it as well. And I think that's a really neat premise. Um, I know that there are some folks who have left comments on some of my videos that you know, they've said like, "Oh, I love the small farm stuff," and that's really cool. You know, I really appreciate that because, I mean, I do too. That's what brought me to this play style, and I think it hopefully it helps my my content stand out for people. You know, I mean, like, check this out. Like, it literally, to me, I don't know that there's any game experience that I've ever had quite like this. Like, we're going a whopping 7 miles an hour, baling straw in the evening in New Woodshire, and I could. It sounds like hyperbole, but I don't think I could be happier playing a game than doing this right here. Like, if you've ever baled hay in real life, the only thing, well, I think I'm driving a little fast. That'd be one difference. And it's not sweltering hot, and it's not a bunch of dust in my face. But in terms of like, you know, first person doing the thing, getting some simulation of the experience, this is way closer to me than if I got some big, you know, $1 million setup on a European map with brand new equipment. Like, I love farm sim. Like, don't take me wrong. You know, I don't mean to insult people, but this is just, this to me is good old fashioned American farming. It's not even that old fashioned, really. There are literally farmers, I'm sure, today running this kind of setup. 70s tractor with a baler and a hay wagon. The only thing it's missing is, you know, a teenager making $20 for the day standing in the wagon. Pretty cool. Hey, I've been thinking about doing maybe some time lapse series. I'm thinking about doing a separate channel just for farm sim. I feel like those time lapse channels do really well. I want to always have a series like this going where it's more like a let's play with maybe a theme on the main channel, but I'm thinking about doing that farm channel. Sorry if me taking my head back and forth, this is making anybody sick. This is like literally what it's like to bale though. You have to check back there and make sure that what you're baling is going in, and you have to keep, steer in the right direction. I'm skipping rows to make it easier to turn around at the end. And then when I get down to the end, I'll just switch and go back. Like, oh, and then sometimes I do that. I don't I don't know if I shouted him out this episode. I feel like I do every time. But this baler and wagon came from Scott. Well, Scooter's Workbench is his name for modding, and I got it through G&G Modding. That's the group that I'm one of the groups that I'm a part of that have quite a few old time vintage style equipment. So if you're looking for this, I'm actually going to go out of the tractor here for. I don't want to take that embankment, so I usually wouldn't advocate driving over your straw, but I'm going to do it just for that. And I'm not going to skip this one since it's right here. All right, I would think we're probably getting pretty full on the oats over there, wouldn't you think? By this point, I might tab over and check, but it'll give me the 80% warning, so I'm not super worried. Oh no, we're under 7,000. What's really gonna stink is how much money we're gonna lose overnight. You start feeling pretty good, and then you lose like 3 grand overnight. That really is not cool. But the good news is, if we want, we can kind of take a little time off, not off, but we could simulate a day or two and just make money off the milk if we want. I don't know that I'm actually going to do that, but it was just a thought that I had. These little rows are where it would have been advantageous to use the rake, because I could have doubled and tripled them up. Go down this side and rake it into one, and come back the other side and rake it into one, so basically have a triple in one row. Maybe I should do that for the other field. I know some of you are like, you're trying to save money, but you're hired somebody to drive the harvester. I know. Not the brightest decision, changing my mind in the middle of driving. That's a bad idea. Just go. Make a plan and go with it. How's the wagon looking? Not quite half, but we're getting there. This is going to be a nice load of bales. We'll be able to use these bales both for bedding and in total mixed ration. I think what the decision that I came to last episode or 2 episodes ago, I was talking about maybe getting rid of the TMR mixer because we're paying for it. We're paying leasing fees for it. So I think we'll take a look at the cow feed and see if there's any in the machine. We might get rid of that. Realistically, this harvest is going to be both this episode and the next. So maybe we'll look at that after the harvest is done. Okay, turn it off. I had a flashback there of reaching back and disengaging the baler. Memories are strange. That's one of the things I've learned from doing this series. Memories are strange. Just playing this, I am remembering things that I literally haven't done for 20 years. But it's cool, you know. Cool how that works. Okay, there's the 80% warning. Cool. Love it. When I get to the end of this row, I'm going to go over and empty that. Because what was the tank on the combine? Like 7,500? 8,500? Alright. Is it... Of course it's the wrong side. Alright, fire the helper. I'll take this row, which will be the only crooked row in the field. I have no idea why that song popped into my head. I apologize, and I hope I don't get a DMCA strike. Ha ha ha. All right, well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and empty this out. We'll see how much, I mean, I guess we're going to see in the tank. It's going to be about 5,600. And then, so what do you guys think? Do you think that, oh yeah. I mean, I could still ask you, but I'm telling you, oh yeah. Although this was not weeded on this side, and the other side does have weeds, so it might be closer than I think. But since we got 14 in this other field, that I think is going to be more than 14. So we should be over 30,000 liters of oats. So if they stay at that 1,100 price tag, we'll be bringing in 30 grand, which hopefully we can just put straight to our debt. Work on getting rid of that. While that's dumping out, I'm going to look at the cows real quick and see. Yeah, see, they're pretty good on TMR, so I don't know that I want to do another batch of TMR because then I'll have to dump it on the ground and then I'll have to scoop it up and put it in. And I don't want to pay for TMR overnight again, so we'll probably sell or return the TMR mixer. But I'll tell you what, we will come back to this harvest in the next episode. Hopefully, get to cash out a little bit and start the process all over again with a new crop starting soon. Thanks so much for being here. I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.